All right, Chuck and Lori, I am at 220 Deer Path, and this is the current closet. And I just had Bridger Built come out and take a look at expanding and trying to get you some more closet space. So, we had talked about potentially bumping that wall out, which is where the septic is, and that's going to be one of the options. But I also wanted to point a few other options out to you guys. And so one of them would be to come over here and bump it out here. And so you can see where this tape is laying right here. And so we could bump it out to where it's even with the coat closet. Okay. And then put a coat closet over here on the other side. Next to the bar. This is a huge bar, so it wouldn't take, if you've got your existing coat closet that size, if you keep it that size and just move it over here to this side, that would give you plenty of room. And you can see the current folks aren't using the space right now anyway. So that would be that. Option two over here would be to bump it out even further to where it's even with the end of those logs right there, which would give you some additional space. Now, Bridger Built has all the numbers on this as far as the additional square footage it gets you. But if you bump it out where this tape measure is right now, the fellow that was here said that would give you about 80 to 90% additional closet space beyond what is right there now. So anyway, so that's the interior option without bumping out a wall. Another option outside would be to bump this wall out instead. And one of the reasons we were looking at that, and so you go right here where these logs are and bump this out this way, all the way across this deck. One of the reasons we looked at doing that was because you've got all the utilities on this wall, so it's going to be a lot more expensive to bump this wall out. And at some point we got to deal with the septic. Now, I'm just guessing based on that green spot, if you can see that right there, it's circular. I'm guessing that's where the lid is for the septic tank. So it would be, it's not necessarily going to infringe upon the septic system depending on how that tank is set up. My guess is if the lid's right there, the rest of the tank is out that way, beyond, it's out in there somewhere. There's the rest of the tank. I don't know that for sure, but would be my guess. But again, we got to deal with the utilities if we bump this wall out right here. So that's why we were looking at potentially bumping this wall out. And the closet actually, so this is the bathroom right here. So the closet actually begins at the end of this log more or less and goes to this set of logs right here. And so the actual closet space would be right here. But what we talked about is that would look really dumb just to have this one little section bumped out to the end of this deck. Whereas and Bridger Built said that it will look a lot better if you bump this entire wall out, so the bathroom wall as well, and you come out to the edge of this deck. And so that's what they were looking at. And then you got options as to what you want to do. Either make your bathroom larger or move the bathroom a little bit and get more space in there, or you could have potentially an L-shaped closet. So you would just have here, you would have a cutout on this wall that's basically the size of a door. So it almost makes a his and a hers closet. And then this would be like an L-shaped closet. So you come out here, and then it goes that way, which would make for a huge closet. And you would just drywall all of this in. You take out that window right there. And so then you've got this whole extra closet over here. And looking at this deck, obviously you lose part of the deck, but I don't think this part of the deck gets used for anything anyways. If you're going to be sitting out on this side of the house, looking towards the Bridgers, then you're going to be using that part of the deck as opposed to this part over here that's all blocked off by these trees. Your views are. So over here, you've got your big views are over here on this side. So that's kind of the thinking there. And Bridger Built is going to get me multiple price quotes for doing these options. And so anyway, just wanted to run that by you. And then we also talked about potentially going out this way, but then this takes out your views of the Bridgers right there. Those are, I'm sorry, Spanish Peaks, which, you don't want to do that, in my opinion, unless you move that slider out with it. I guess you could do that and still have that view. And then, then you would have a closet over here on this side potentially. But if you've got a closet over here, then your slider, it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to do it this way. So those are the options. And, I will send this video once I get the quotes. They told me they'd have the quotes on Monday.